The end, the end of the 19th century, 20th century, a new thought evolved. Some people call it new thought. I call it new age, the age of I am. Because what has happened, people stopped giving the power to others. And if you can do this, stop giving the power to others. Tune into your own spirituality and listen to yourself. And when you listen to yourself, it really reverts back to the first words that Moses heard at the burning bush. All that is, I am, the Alpha and the Omega. And it goes more than that, but that's where everything is God. And it's coming around now. It's renewing the belief that everything is God. We're all connected. I have coffee with a friend of mine every week or so, and we discuss spiritual subjects. And he's still a little bit more in the old school. He's kind of hesitant to go with the I am. He says, how do you describe oneness? How do you describe I am? And I said, well, take an apple. Okay, it's an apple. That's the universe. But inside that apple, there's a seed. And that seed takes root when the apple decays. Or I'm not talking about planting it now. It's when the apple falls apart, seed falls out, takes root. And a tree forms, and more apples form. That apple tree is a direct descendant of the first apple. Using that analogy, we are the true descendants of the first humans. You can trace it back, that apple. So maybe the seeds blew that apple seed across the country, and you have a different type of apple. It took root, changed color, taste, grabs different vegetables, minerals from the soil, and we have a different type of apple. But it's still an apple from the original. And this is the basic thought of all that is I am. We are all connected. We are all connected. Black, white, yellow, pink, anything we are, we're all connected. We go back to the origin of one. That is the oneness. And the Buddhists have been talking about this for years. But they're more of a philosophy than a religion. So for them to say one is at one with everything, it's basically the same thing, at one with the universe. So if we start to meditate and open our channels, here's a magic word, channels. A channel is like a direct connection. You're not going to be influenced by what other people say. You're going to be influenced by what the channel is saying. It's like television. They're going to change now from digital to analog to digital, so you might not get analog anymore. The way it works, if you have a broadcast television, you turn it on, and you can get all the channels that are broadcasting the frequencies in the air. When you talk about a channel, it's basically a direct line. That's what a channel is. It's a direct line from who's ever sending the message or the cable and to you. You are the receiver. So that is a direct line, a channel. No interference. So if you're ever channeling and you get a message, don't think, oh, but Joe said it can't be, and Mom said I shouldn't be doing this, it's against my religion. That's interference. It's like static. But a direct channel, you just take it, believe it. It's pure information. Okay? So that is basically the channeling. So when we start to listen to that, your life will improve. How? Am I going to get more money? I don't know. Do you want more money? That's the question. We had, I'm going to veer off for a minute. A lot of people are talking about the law of attraction. All you have to do is ask for it. You will receive. But one of the major laws today is the law of karma. And the law of karma, besides past lives, basically states, for every action, there's a reaction. So here were people, oh, I want a new car, a new house. I can't afford it, but I want it, so I'll find a way to get it. And they built up all this debt. And the law of karma says, for every action, there's a reaction. So the balloon got so big, the debt got so piled up, the reaction was the bubble had to break. Now, people who didn't do this, everybody's affected by this economy, but the idea is they were not in debt the way some of the people who just wanted. This is the law of karma. For every action, there's a reaction. Now, I still want to tell you about I am. I am were the first words that Moses heard from God. Now everybody fights. Who's God? Who's God? The Hebrew have one person, one description of God. The Christians have another. The Muslims have another. But they all say there's one God. But we're all descended from the one. Now, if the apple is descended from that seed that was originally an apple, we are descended from the first God. I don't think anybody can deny that. We're all God's children. How many people heard that song? We're all God's children. So, if we're God's children, what does that make us? Gods. Not supreme beings, but gods. So the age of I am means, and now I'm coming down to nitty-gritty, the age of I am means we are responsible for our own lives. We are responsible for every decision we ever make. It isn't God who causes that car accident. It's the person driving too fast or drunk that causes the car accident. So you don't blame God. You blame yourself. Ownership. If you're a gambler, you don't blame God that you lost all your money. You blame yourself because you lost it. You made the decision to do it. So when you do this and take responsibility for yourself, you create your own life. We, all of us, the created, are the creators of our own life. No, this isn't religion. This is fact. This is philosophy. You believe what you want to believe. Some people will walk out and say, oh, who's that guy talking about? He's kidding. It goes against my religion. You are who you believe and who you listen to. Who do you listen to? You can listen to anyone. Oh, it's all right to rob a bank. You won't get caught. So you get caught and you go to jail. Conscience tells you, don't rob the bank, you're going to go to jail. Who do you listen to? The guy that robs the bank goes to jail. The person who doesn't goes on with his life. It's who you listen to. And the problem with the human race, me included, except I'm kind of like fading away from it, we are all arrogant in thinking that everything we do or say is right. So, when your mother told you to do this and do that, she was telling you because she thinks she's right, or she thought she was right. But is everything your mother ever told you, was everything your mother ever told you right, correct? No, I like that sound. No, I can think back and tell you a lot of things my mother told me that she was thinking of what happened in her age, at her time of life. So in her time of life, it may have been right. It may have been good. But now, in this current day age, oh, you can't use a microwave. That's poison. How many people here use a microwave instead of a stove? You know, you do things differently. It's called evolving. Your beliefs change. Does everybody in this room think the same way? Since coming to the psychic club, do you think the same way about everything in life? No, because you start to see what somebody told you might have been their belief at the time, but you have a mind of your own. You think for yourself. You grow. You evolve. And I see people for the better. I know I myself have evolved so much that I don't even remember what life was like before evolving. You know, it's very important.